traveling can be challenging.
Now, how do you get these? How do you do these?
¿Cómo haces esto?
This is John. I've known John for a while. John Barrows from the International Eye Foundation. He's the program director. So, John, good to see you again.
Nice to be here. Nice to see you.
Last time I saw you was in Washington, right?
That's right.
Okay. Maybe the next time I'll see you is in Africa.
That'd be nice.
Okay. Tell me what you're doing now.
Okay. Well, we are working. I just recently, for instance, came back from the country of Malawi. It's very, very polite. People are very reserved. They're very friendly. Very friendly.
Now, you have some pictures that you brought over for us to use. Can you describe some of the things we're seeing?
Sure. I spent almost 2 weeks there in my last visit, and I spent time both in the clinic at the Queen Elizabeth Eye Hospital's eye unit. It was built by the Lions Club, but it was also supported by IF and others. And Dr. Shaw actually was the advisor for that program.
Oh, really? So you guys did work together?
We did work together very much.
He's a very nice man.
Yeah. We established also within that clinic an optical center, which we call Pena Optical, and it's actually become quite an engine for generating revenue for the hospital. I spent time reviewing the programs that we were working with, one of which is to find ways to get the eyeglasses out into rural areas.
So eyeglasses is a new thing that I've heard about a lot at this meeting.
Well, eyeglasses, optical services are really important part of the sustainability plans necessary, and especially in an African setting, but not just Africa, any setting, because there's a need for eyeglasses, and you can set it up as a business where you can still have different prices, but there's really a high demand for eyeglasses. Sometimes traveling it can be challenging. In West Africa, a couple of times I've had some real interesting experiences. I don't think I would want to replicate those experiences.
Any standout stories you can tell?
Taking the local airline from Lagos up to Kaduna State. That was quite an experience. I would not do it alone without having someone from Nigeria who knows the ropes.
But you were alone at the time?
I was with someone. Even then it was quite an experience. You would spend all your time counting your money in advance because everyone always wants a little piece of the action. So when you arrive at the terminal for the domestic flights, basically looks like a bus station, and there's the cashier is behind has metal bars down there. It's this homemade bank facade in a way. You give her the money after you've counted about 10 times. She counts it and she says you're short. So that was typical of about 10 years ago plus. But then you finally go out and you're waiting for your plane, and then there's absolutely no one there to tell you what's going on. And someone then says, oh, the plane's arrived, it's ready to go, and everyone just starts to follow each other out onto the tarmac. And there's a bunch of planes there, and one of the planes, as you're walking by, it has it's under repair, and it has the engine dropped out of the plane itself and sitting on a big pile of tires.
Let me tell you something. You have to be really dedicated to do what John does.
I'm most excited when you actually go out and you see one of the recipients of cataract surgery and you talk to them and you talk about what difference that makes in their life.
So that's what keeps you going.
That's what keeps me going. My wife says sometimes, like, you really need to go. I notice when you come back, you're all energized again. But I have always been impressed of the wisdom and the thankfulness and the fact that I'm no different than these people in another country, as poor as they may be. I'm no different than them. Why don't they have the opportunities that I have?
Well, hi everybody. We have another special treat. I'm here with Jorge Iglesias, and you're going to know how special he is in a moment. This is Van Lansing, a great friend of mine that I just met. He's originally from the States, but now he lives here in Argentina. So Van is going to explain and translate a little bit of this amazing artist in what we just saw. Now, how do you get these? How do you do these?
¿Cómo haces esto? En realidad, hasta ahora todos los pintores realistas pintaron sobre una tela para dar la ilusión de que estaba lo que no estaba. Yo invertí el proceso.
To date, all the realist painters, what they were doing was to paint on the canvas what was not there. He has inverted that process.
Como el ojo ve por las diferencias de tonos cualquier cosa que vea, yo lo que hago es anular todo lo que hace que el ojo tenga de dónde tomar para percibir, ¿no?
So he was saying what actually our eye does is perceive the difference in shades, and that's how we interpret things. What he does is eliminate all that kind of shade so the eye cannot see what is there.
Well, I don't know if I completely understand it, but as far as I'm concerned, it's just magic. I don't want to take too much of your time, but briefly, when you for the painting that the door closes, how do you do that?
Dice que no te quiere quitar mucho tiempo, pero la pintura es en la que la puerta se cierra o se abre. ¿Cómo haces eso, no?
Forma parte de lo mismo. Así como en la física se habla de una antimateria, lo que yo encontré en el terreno de la percepción es una especie de antipercepción. En todo lo que yo hago, el espacio está invertido.
Okay, so what he was saying that like in physics there's antimatter. Here what he's using is anti-perception. And so everything is inverted what he's doing. The actual knob is painted way in the back. And
the knob is painted in the back.
The knob is painted in the back in different levels, so it's actually 3 or 4 levels. And the individual who appears to be in the back is actually way out in the front. So everything is inverted in the process, and it's painted in different levels.
Well, I have to say that I've been around a little bit, and I've never seen anything like that. That's really amazing. Thank you very much.